I think profitability is pretty simple, right? You get a healthy name based on your NII, keep your cost under control, and ensure that your overall credit costs are kept under control. I think that's how a simple profitability is. For us, what is driving is the growth, because we have grown faster than the system, and we have grown by around 21% on our ecosystem, and our NIMs are reasonably healthy at this point of time. Having said that, I think we are significantly investing into technology, and so our cost to income is slightly at an elevated level, which once the operating leverage kicks in, this will start coming down. But as we are in our SBS 2030 version, which is sustain, build, and scale, we are in the build phase, and hence a significant investment is going into the bank. Our investments are in three places. One is technology, one is distribution, and one is people, leadership. And all these three things are at an elevated, and what we think by FY26, 27, some of this operating leverage will improve, and we will be a full-blown universal bank at that point of time. And hence all these investments we are making should ensure we keep our ROA between 1.5 to 1.8. That's our kind of a mindset or our vision. So I think we are around 1.5 range right now. I think we will move towards the 1.8 range in the next 3-4 years. So that's my favorite topic, the technology, because that's the future of banking, which we just discussed in our conversation also just now on the panel. We, as a legacy bank or a 104-year-old bank, we have done everything, but we didn't invest enough into technology so far. So we are changing that mindset. So as I said before, that almost nothing which is there in the bank or was there in the bank 2-3 years back will be there in the bank 2 years from now. And we are absolutely transforming the entire tech stock, starting from core system to the surround system, the digital stack, the API platform, the ServiceNow platform, the entire cybersecurity framework, which is anyway a must. The data centers, we have shifted our DR from Bangalore to Mumbai into one of the very large stack. So when you look at the entire ecosystem which you're building on technology, can actually compete with the best in the ecosystem. We are doing the OBDX platform on the core system with Oracle. I think that's the first time in India Oracle OBDX will be implemented. So I think we are looking at building the bank on the back of technology, distribution, leadership, products, and segments. So I think it's a very, very important journey for us, and we are very, very focused on that. I think generally it's around anything between 7 to 10% for the entire banking ecosystem. We are somewhere there on the higher end of that curve at this point of time because we are investing, and CapEx will move into OpEx over a period of time because that's the way accounting happens. Having said that, I think as the OpEx itself will go up for the bank, because the bank is going to scale significantly from here because we'll grow much faster. And from that perspective, the absolute quantum of the technology investments will remain very high for us in near future. So these are twin subjects, which all leads to the entire banking balance sheet. One is the liability, liquidity, CASA, and the franchise there. And the other one is the credit cost, the quality of credit, and what's happening in the ecosystem. It's a very long discussion, so I'll try to keep it short. On the liquidity side, yes, CASA is coming down for the system by 300 basis points almost in the last few years. And that is continued to sustain because we are creating more efficiency into the system, like what we discussed, UPI, CMS, the kind of, now you have to have a 24/7. Now check clearing has to also happen a few times in a day. So to that extent, I think the entire efficiency which is getting created is taking away some of the floats, which is good for the entire country. And hence we have to move from a CASA float-based income to a fee-based income. Liquidity is a challenge because for various reasons, it's a very large subject at this point of time. But yes, that as we're talking, liquidity is moving from negative to positive, again to negative in that kind of a scenario we are right now. So we have to see how it grows. And banks are struggling with in attracting deposits. Right now, as we're talking, deposit growth and credit growth is almost at par at this point of time, close to 12%. So that's happening on that front, right? And on the quality of credit, we had the best situation for the last few years. The entire public sector banking has done very, very well, I must say, on that side, especially on the NPA and the credit side. The private sector banks have also done well. The NBFCs has also performed reasonably well. So entire ecosystem has been, I think it is too good to be true where we are today. And typically best decisions are taken in worst times and worst decisions are taken in best times. So we have to see, we went through a good time, so what it means in terms of the credit cycle that's coming in. We are already seeing some stress, which is starting on the MFI segment, on some of the unsecured side, which RBI governor himself has alluded to, there are credit risks which had been taken up for unsecured and some parts of NBFCs and MFIs as well. I think those are cautionary notes which is coming from the RBI itself, and they have full understanding of the data. They have full data in their hands, and hence we have to understand what's happening. On the MSME side, I think things are reasonably okay at this point of time. On the corporate, deleveraging of balance sheets has happened significantly after the GFC crisis. And I don't think that kind of investment has happened on the back of banking. The capital markets have opened up quite a bit. And to that extent, I think corporates are reasonably deleveraged. But I think on the retail side, especially on the unsecured, and it can also move into the lower end of the MSME side at some point of time, because historically it shows that that's how it evolves. So we need to be a little careful. I think we enjoyed the best time, and we have to ensure that the time that comes, we are cautious, prudent, and careful.